You live in Israel.
Yes.
And I mean, you were active, you were out there demonstrating before the horrors of October 7th because of what the Prime Minister was trying to do as a conservative with Israeli institutions like the judiciary.
Same thing. He was trying to systematically destroy the institutions of Israeli democracy. And we had the same conspiracy theories about the deep state, also in Israel. And actually, this is one of the key explanations for what happened on October 7th. That, you had for months the army, the Secret Service, the Shin Bet, warning Netanyahu, both privately and also publicly, Israel is in a terrible danger, that you need to shift your attention from trying to destroy Israeli democracy to focus on the external threat of Hamas, of Hezbollah, of Iran. We are in an extremely dangerous situation. And he just didn't listen. And the reason he didn't listen and the people around him didn't listen, they had a theory in their minds, also publicly they stated it, that all these military experts, the chief of the IDF, the chief of the Shin Bet, they are part of the deep state conspiracy against them. They don't really have information. They don't really believe that Israel is in danger. Israel is in no danger at all. They are just making these warnings in order to force me to stop the judicial overhaul, the attempt to, again, destroy the institutions of Israeli democracy. And this is how we got to October the 7th. On a deeper level, I would say that what is happening in Israel has been happening for not just in the recent year, but for years now, is a struggle for the soul of the country, and more than that, for the soul of Judaism, between Zionism, the national movement of the Jewish people, and a new Messianic mutation of Judaism that believes in Jewish supremacy. We talked about the difference between good nationalism and bad nationalism. At its best, nationalism recognizes the uniqueness of our nation and talks about our right to develop our traditions and so forth. At its worst, it falls victim to this supremacy complex, that we are not just unique, we are superior to everybody. And we now have this movement of Jewish supremacy in Israel. It's part of the coalition, it's part of the government. They have a messianic vision for the country. If you ask them, what do you see in the future, 5 years, 10 years down the road? They also talk in terms of from the river to the sea, of a single big Israel with Jews supreme, basically a three-class or three-caste system, with Jews supreme with full rights, some Arabs with some rights as second-class citizens, and lots of other Arabs with no rights at all. This is their vision for the country.
You're talking about some of the far right that's in the coalition with Netanyahu. That's right.
They are in the coalition with Netanyahu. This is the big fight. We are trying to stop them. If we fail, if they succeed in realizing this messianic vision, this will change the very meaning of Judaism all over the world. So, people here will also have to deal with the consequences.
Since October 7th, you have defended Israel's right to exist and been critical of the progressive left that blames Israel and the occupation. How do you reconcile these complicated views?
Two ideas held at the same time, no problem. I mean, I'm in favor of Palestinians realizing their rights to live a dignified life in their homeland. And at the same time, I'm in favor of Israelis having their right to live dignified lives in their homeland. What exactly the solution would look like, 2 states, this kind of solution, it's difficult to say at the present moment. But at the end of the road, we need a situation when the right to exist, and not just to exist, but again, to live dignified lives of both nations is recognized. And there shouldn't be a logical contradiction. Just because you're in favor of the rights of Palestinians doesn't mean you have to be also in favor of destroying Israel completely. And just because you're in favor of defending Israel doesn't mean that you should ignore the terrible suffering of the Palestinians and their rights.